flash, should I stay or should I go? The intro is a 2-bar pattern which is repeated, and that is D, G, C, back to D, and you can play either the full chords or just play for the D, just the top 4 strings, as it would be normally. For the G, you just need to play the top 4 strings, playing the 3rd fret of the 1st and 2nd strings. And if you're just beginning, you'll note that your 3rd finger stays where it is, so you only really have to put your little finger down whilst lifting the other 2 up. The C is then just the top 3 strings, fretting the 1st of the 2nd and back to the D. So the pattern is 8 downbeats, and it goes 3 on the D, 3 on the G, 1 on the C, 1 back on the D. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, and then mute and silence. So doing that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. What Mick Jones has done, though, that's really cool is, although it sounds like a 1-bar pattern, he's displaced it over the 2 bars. So it actually starts on the 1 and, starts on that and. So counting that through, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is a really cool thing to have done. It gives you the iconic intro pattern as well, because what he does, he goes through 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives those a rake and then starts the next pattern through. The second time through, he plays from the 10th fret, hammering onto the 13th of the 2nd string. So that gives you when I'm playing this on my own, I tend to try and follow through with the muted downstrokes just to keep the rhythm going throughout the song. It just helps me know where I am and gives more of a feel for the internal rhythm of the song. But like in the introduction to this video, I was just trying to keep track of it in my head by tapping my foot. So the verse starts the same as the intro. So that's just playing both versions through so you can see which one you prefer. Then it goes from a G, so 3 on the G, 4 on the F, repeats that intro phrase, then you play the same downstroke rhythm for the A, and then back through that intro phrase again. So playing that through, but just keeping some rhythm by muting the strings and keeping the strumming going on the silences this time. So that's the bulk of the song. The double time pattern is the same chord pattern completely. It's just played strumming and faster. So the strumming pattern for that, and it's called double time because it actually sounds, because of the pace at which you're playing it, twice as fast as the ordinary section, is down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So and it's missing out the 3. If you wanted to count it rather than down, up, down, up, down, up, what it's actually doing is 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and. So you're just missing out that downstroke. 1, 2, and 2, and 4, and. So playing that through. So after the second bar of the A, which is on the and, you come back into the displaced pattern for the verse again. So having played it through the last time, down, up, you now play it, that's the 1, that takes you back into the. That's a really fast change in that bar. And if you're playing solo, sometimes you can just play the 1, 2, 3, 4, and give yourself that 1 bar interlude. But if you're playing it like the recording, the change is 1, and it goes 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So for this change section, you can definitely hear it on the outro. Instead of playing the 3 beats on the D, because you're starting from the 1 and 2 and, you just play 2 because it starts on the 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that's just the difference. It's 1 downstroke on the D that gives you that chance to make that move that is being missed out. So counting that through, it would be 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then you're back into the 3, 3, 1, 1 pattern. Incidentally, if when you play the, you're thinking, no, I really don't hear that C there, then you go for the different counting, which would be 1, 2, 3, and this time, just like you did when you went from the G to the F, you do 4 on the G, instead of the 3, because you're not spending one of the downstrokes on the C this time, just straight back to D. So the difference between the two just depends whether you're hearing that C or not in the multi-tracking. Anyway, good luck with this one. Hope it all makes sense.